Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice to get you through the long night. I feel like it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been here in like straight up House of the Dragon, like tea time, because I'm about to give you all the tea that I have on House of the Dragon right now. As you may or may not know, announcements were made and Twitter went crazy. So, by the way, follow me on Twitter at this gray area, like to get my thoughts on shit like this as soon as it hits, if you care. Also, I have a House of the Dragon playlist that has the history and lore of some of the characters in House of the Dragon. And I'm working on the Rhaenyra video as we speak, but I have one on Daemon, I have one on Corlys Velaryon, and I have one on Queen Alicent, Craig Stark, Nettles. I got a lot of them. So, the official Game of Thrones Twitter handle tweeted out that people were casted for House of the Dragon. Filming is about to start. I think they said filming is only a couple months away. So it's like, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Like, I want to go back to Westeros so bad. But immediately, Twitter was lit on fire. One side of the fandom was outraged at the casting picks, and the other side of the fandom was outraged by the people that are outraged by the casting picks. And I was just over there like thinking about Yuki and stuff. So I'm gonna need y'all to be more open-minded, like at least for this video, at least for me, while I try to explain why I don't think it's that bad and could actually be good. I think one of the main issues is that we are all still fucking bitter at HBO for the final 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, because yes, season 7, like, it kind of sucked too. Like, it did suck too, and season 8 sucked, and we're still bitter about that. So we were never mad at HBO for the castings of Game of Thrones. It was the writing. So we know now who is going to be playing Prince Daemon Targaryen, Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, Queen Alicent Hightower, King Viserys. Well, we already knew about King Viserys, but we also know who is in lead for the role of Corlys Velaryon, the Sea Snake. It's not locked in yet, but it's probably going to happen. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Prince Daemon first. Yes, I know that Travis Fimmel as Daemon was everyone's wet dream Westerosi fantasy because we like Ragnar. We love Ragnar. We love it. But we are getting Matt Smith. So a lot of people are saying that Matt Smith isn't really hot enough to play Daemon. Y'all are so petty, and I live for it. But a lot of people, like, they actually think that Matt Smith is hot and want to have babies by him. So keep in mind, they are not casting a young Daemon Targaryen. They are casting an old Daemon Targaryen, a warrior of 100 battles. I don't think Matt Smith is a bad look. Like, I don't think he's as bad as y'all make him out to look. Like, I don't. Like, I think he's cute. I think with the right wig, the right lighting and angles, we can be catfished into believing that Matt Smith is Daemon Targaryen. But seriously, so I went and I watched some of his stuff because I haven't really watched some of his stuff. Like, I wasn't big into Doctor Who and all that shit. But I watched some clips. Like, I advise you to go watch some clips of him on YouTube. I liked him. I liked him in Terminator. I liked him in The Crown. I think he has potential to play Daemon Targaryen and make the character just as legendary on screen as he is in the books. Yes, he may not be your wet dream fantasy as far as in looks, but he can act his ass off. He has showed that he has range. And fun fact, he actually enjoys playing the villain. Not saying that Daemon is a villain, but he is a character that's in the gray area. I mean, this quote sums up just how yin and yang Daemon Targaryen is. Over the centuries, House Targaryen has produced both great men and monsters. Prince Daemon was both. In his day, there was not a man so admired, so beloved, and so reviled in all Westeros. He was made of light and darkness in equal parts. To some, he was a hero. To others, the blackest of villains. But yeah, Daemon Targaryen is a very complex character and needs to be played by a strong actor like Matt Smith. Like there are plenty of people in Game of Thrones, the show, that everybody thought was hot, and I was just like, what? So, like, I don't know. It's in the eye of the beholder. I feel like he's gonna be an excellent Daemon, like just based off his acting. I feel like he does have, like, Targaryens are described as having like otherworldly beauty, and so are the White Walkers. So if you think he looks that bad, I guess they're sticking to the source material with otherworldly beauty. But no, I'm just kidding. Let's move on. Let's move on to Corlys Velaryon, the sea snake. So the rumor is that the actor in the lead for the role of Corlys Velaryon is Danny Sapani. So Danny Sapani has played in Doctor Who, Penny Dreadful, Black Panther, Star Wars: Last Jedi, and The Crown. Now, at first glance at this, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit confused, bit conflicted, because A, yes, more people of color, we want that, yes, but then B, it's like, well, what about Rhaenyra's babies? So my brain did this thing like, so what are they going to do? How are they going to do this? What are they trying to do? And of course, like, are we sticking to the source material here? And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I'm here for it. Fucking do it. Do it, because it really doesn't really change any of the plot. When you actually think about it, what does it change? I have a whole video on Corlys Velaryon, the sea snake, by the way. He's a major, major character in House of the Dragon. Probably, like, arguably, one of the biggest characters in the story is going to be Corlys Velaryon. I mean, he outlives almost everyone. But I don't think making Corlys a black guy is a bad thing for the story. I think he can be black and the show can be faithful to the source material at the same time. So let me just explain this major plot point for those of you who may not know. So Corlys Velaryon is married to Rhaenys Targaryen. Corlys and Rhaenys have 2 children, Laenor and Laena. Laenor gets married to Rhaenyra Targaryen. Rhaenyra has 3 children by Laenor, Jace, Luke, and Joffrey, that are supposed to be, now these 3 children are supposed to be fathered by Laenor. However, they are rumored to not be Laenor's. They are Strongs. The seed is strong. A lot of the back and forth between the Greens and the Blacks has to do with the rumored bastardy of Rhaenyra's children. So at first glance, you might think, well, it's gonna be obvious that they're not Laenor's children. I mean, maybe they are going for obvious, but also, like, Corlys's kids, Laenor and Laena, would be mixed, which means they could look white. Like, mixed kids look white all the time. I don't feel like explaining genetics. I think Danny Sapani is a good actor. I like it. Let's go. But y'all know y'all wrong. You know what? Y'all are wrong as shit. Y'all are wrong for saying that these women are too ugly to play Targaryens. We don't do that. We don't call women ugly. We don't shame women. That's not what we do. That's not what we're going to do. If y'all think they're ugly, then I don't even want to know what you think about me. Jesus. I'm just kidding. But I personally do not find these women ugly. However, I do not understand the casting choice. And I say it because it's saying that Emma Darcy is going to play Rhaenyra and Olivia Cooke is going to play Queen Alicent. And to me, that shit is backwards. Like, I'm thinking it might not be right. Like, these reports have it wrong, because I feel Olivia Cooke should be playing Rhaenyra because Queen Alicent is much older than Rhaenyra. But I do feel like for House of the Dragon, the show, they're going to try to do like a similar age difference between Cersei and Dany. Fuck all that. Listen to this. Listen. The script is the most important thing. The writing, that's the most important thing. And next to that, next to the writing, is the acting. That's the second most important thing, is the acting. And like, these actors are all proven good actors. Like, we know that they can act. And Matt Smith specifically is a phenomenal actor. The third thing that I need them to get right, like the third thing I need them to get right, like it's important to me, is that we do not have any more Party City wigs. Like, I'm not having it. If any of that Viserys Rhaegar thick, itchy looking shit makes its way into the House of the Dragon, I'm going to fight everybody in hair on set, and I do it. Please don't do it. And you missed it. Also, HBO released the concept art for Caraxes, which is Daemon's dragon, and Sunfire, Aegon II's dragon. So I actually, like, I'm really interested to see who they're going to cast as Cragen Stark, who's going to be Aegon, who's going to be Aemon. Like, there's so many more castings that are going to be happening. I can't wait to see the dragons in person or on the screen, not in person. Like, I wish I could see a dragon in person, but things are heating up. So let's get ready, because the long night is coming to an end. But in the meantime, make sure you check out Obsidian Nights, and I will be doing more House of the Dragon content and more Witcher content. And I'm also going to be covering Euphoria Season 2 and maybe American Gods, but I don't know yet. I'm undecided. Always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children.